What's going on, 3 on 3 Pod family? Back again. It's your girl, Sharí Nycole, Terrika Foster-Brasby, and our special guest, Dexter Henry. And I know we've shared a lot of laughs over the course of this show, but we do want to move into a more serious topic where we can just pay homage to the life and legacy of the late, great Bill Walton. We lost him a couple days ago. He had a battle with cancer. Interestingly enough, I didn't even know he was sick. I don't know if you guys knew, but died at the age of 71, and such a staple when you think about not only professional basketball, NBA, but also collegiate basketball. And then obviously how he seamlessly transitioned into being one of the best color commentators that the game has ever seen. Just a big personality all around and a big loss, in the basketball family. So we wanted to take some time just to talk about, all he's meant to the game of basketball and much more. And so I'll go to you first, Dexter, I'll go to you first, and just your initial thoughts when you heard about Bill's passing, and also just the impression that he left on you as well.
Yeah, I was stunned because I did not know he was sick either. Not that we had to know, not saying that we did have to know, but I was stunned, and immediately it hit me. This is somebody who was a favorite color commentator of mine, somebody who loves basketball, loves the NBA. And I think the thing, when I think of Bill Walton, the thing that I loved about him, I know some people will say it's the crazy stuff that he said, that anything was the greatest thing in Western civilization. And I love that phrase from him all the time. But I think it was just that I loved that he just didn't give a damn for the most part in terms of the way he did his color commentary. He was like, look, I'm just going to enjoy this. I'm going to be me.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lesson for everybody out in sports broadcasting is just be you.
Yeah.
There's no other option than to just be you. And I think, I never got to meet him, but I know other people who have. And I think the thing you saw with him was just the passion he had for life, not just basketball, but life, right? And that matters so much because it's such a short time we have on this earth, and we're blessed to do what we're able to, love. And this is why we're able to talk on this podcast and have fun and enjoy it and be ourselves. I think it's because we've seen people like Bill Walton do it at that level, and that matters so much. So to me, just so inspiring. One of my favorites, will be sorely missed and what he brought to the game. He's just somebody unique to the sport of basketball and what he brought. And that's not even talking about what he did on the court. We didn't even talk about what he did at UCLA as a champion. Also winning with the Blazers, winning with the Celtics. We didn't even talk about that. It's almost, I think about it more, but his contributions as a sports broadcaster sometimes, at least for somebody in my era, than, what he did as a basketball player. So I just want to say salute to the legendary Bill Walton. I'm glad that we took time out to talk about him here today. And he's a legend. He'll be missed, but his impact on the game never will be forgotten, for sure.
Yeah, I don't really have much to add after that, Dexter, because you pretty much nailed it. As someone that's in media and broadcasting, it was a pleasure to always hear Bill Walton on a call. Just his energy and his personality that he brings, he was very relatable. I think Bill Walton may be the only person I know who could get love as a basketball player in LA and Boston. I don't think that's ever happened anywhere, and probably won't ever happen again, even though it was the Clippers, regardless of what. He was just a person from what I could see. We were at ESPN around the same time, but I never got an opportunity to meet him or talk to him. So I only had the stories of what other people said about him, and I didn't really hear anyone say anything negative about working with him, being in his presence. And that's been felt over the last few days, just listening to what so many other greats in the game have had to say about him. I did get an opportunity to meet his son, Luke, though, and Luke was really funny. So with all of that being said, I send all of my thoughts and love to his family, to those who knew him, loved him, extreme peace and comfort to all of them during this time. It's not going to be easy, but I hope they know and feel that they are loved by so many other people who loved Bill. And so yeah, much respect.
Yeah, I'll just add to that really briefly. One of the things that you guys both mentioned was just Bill's zeal for life. And I was looking at Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals, and they were listing some of his achievements. And one of the bullet points was he attended like over 1,000 Grateful Dead concerts, which I thought was a very interesting thing to put in there. But it just spoke about, again, he lived life. And so, as people around the world mourn this loss, there is a level of happiness around the fact that we're talking about somebody that lived life to the absolute fullest. I was watching Get Up Mornings and just hearing the stories that Jay Williams talked about and Greeny. And again, a lot of it wasn't about what he accomplished on the hardwood. A lot of it was about the impression that he made on these men and how he took time out to spend time with them and talk to them and inquire about how their families were doing. And I think, when people leave here, that's what we should be talking about. Achievements and success. It's a great thing. It's something we all aim to have. But at the same time, what do you mean to others? And I think there was a level of servitude that seeps in the entirety of Bill Walton's legacy that I'm grateful that we get to talk about on this show. So I echo both your sentiments. And as Terrika said, my condolences go out to his family, his friends, and his fans. Big loss.